I'm Archbishop Mark Coleridge, and you are watching Q&A, question and answer for the Catholic leader. Every religion I know, and I don't know them all, but every religion I do know has an element of fasting. In other words, all religions tend to say that less is more, that it's a good thing to put away the food and the drink and to fast. And Christianity is no exception to that. You see it in the New Testament and right down through Christian history, fasting has been a common element. And you see in some of the great giants of the Christian story, people like St. Anthony of Egypt, these were the great ascetics, that they indulged in a fasting that we find almost weird. The question then is, why did they do it? Because they weren't weird. And the question is, why does Christianity, like so many other religions, make fasting somehow important? In the New Testament, you hear the words of Jesus that the human being doesn't live by bread alone. In other words, food of that kind isn't enough. The human being, the human heart, the human soul need food of a different kind. So in order to find that food of a different kind, at times we have to say no to the bread, the food that fills our stomach. In other words, what fasting seeks to do is to free us from false dependencies, or as the Bible would say it, to break the hold that the false gods have upon us. And one of the false gods can be our belly. St. Paul says it in one of his letters. They make a god of their bellies, and he says if they do that, they are enemies of the cross of Christ. And if you look at all the food shows on television, at times you would think we are making a false idol of the kitchen, what goes on in there and what we consume. So here are we, when we fast, we say we are dependent not upon that food, but upon a different kind of food, a different kind of bread, which, as Jesus says, is to do the will of my Father. That is my food, Jesus says, and we echo him whenever we pray. So fasting is praying with our body. When the Christian prays, we don't just pray spiritually with our soul, as it were. Prayer catches up our whole being. And when I fast, I pray with my body. And I say to the false gods, no, you will not claim my life. And I say to the true God, I will do your will, and in that will I will find freedom. So in the end, what is fasting all about? Fasting is all about finding a true freedom, breaking free of the false gods, and finding our way, body and soul, into the embrace of the true and living God, who is our true food.